Tier list of best melee classes of Throne and Liberty. In Throne and Liberty, you'll enjoy in close combat, but regarding options, you'll be limited. So for today's video, you'll see what are the best close range weapons and classes of this new upcoming game. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of Throne and Liberty videos in the future. In front of you, you can see 21 different class of Throne and Liberty. Lots of different kind of weapons, combinations. But for today's video, we are going to focus on tier list of best melee classes of Throne and Liberty. So let's start with Sword and Shield Dagger, which absolutely belongs to S tier. If you are following my YouTube channel, then you know that in Throne and Liberty, we actually don't have classes. We have roles. And role of your character you are determining by picking up combination of two different weapons. We have here two beautiful melee weapons, sword and shield and dagger. This is very good combination for PvP and for PvE. If you want to play PvE, you'll be tank and also you can make damage. In PvP also, you'll go in front. This combination of weapons, specifically because of sword and shield, have very high defense abilities, and also because of dagger, passive abilities of the dagger will highly increase your critical damage and damage overall, and beautiful skills like stealth, invisibility, ambush strike, shadow strike skill, and poison will additionally boost your damage. So, Sword and Shield Dagger in general, when we are talking about best classes of Throne and Liberty, is one of the most beautiful combination of weapons to play. Under the fingers feels amazing to play PvP wise and PvE wise. Regarding damage in PvE, you will not be the best class, but you'll be tank. Very good tank, and like I said in PvP, it's amazing. You'll have very high survivability because of sword and shield, also dagger because of stealth, right? And you can also make damage, you can fight. So S tier definitely for first combination of close combat weapons of Throne and Liberty here, sword and shield dagger. Then we have here another interesting melee combination of weapons, greatsword dagger. And I know that many of you who have already played this game on servers in Korea would put this combination into S tier because it feels really good under the fingers. Nevertheless, I'll put it here in A tier. A tier is still very good. Greatsword dagger, another DPS combination of weapons, this time close combat. Greatsword together with dagger, same as sword and shield dagger. Under the fingers regarding combat, PvP wise, when we are talking about 3 versus 3 arenas, is very viable. In massive scale PvP, little bit less, but in general, Greatsword Dagger, in general PvP gameplay feels really good. Regarding PvE, yes, you can make very nice damage, but you will not belong to S tier regarding the highest damage output in the game. Greatsword Dagger, even now on servers in Korea with the latest new update, is still very powerful weapon. That's why I'm putting this combination here into A tier. It's not entirely perfect like Sword and Shield Dagger. I wouldn't put it in S tier, but A tier definitely it deserves. And then we are having here another amazing combination of weapons I'm putting here in S tier. That is Sword and Shield Greatsword. PvP wise, this combination of weapons is one of the best in the game. When we are talking about PvP gameplay, Sword and Shield Greatsword, survivability, damage, gameplay overall, it's extraordinary. Especially in massive scale sieges, also in GVG content, guild versus guild battlefields, PvP, it's amazing. Sword and Shield Greatsword, another melee combination of weapons which belongs to S tier. And now when we are talking about really melee combination of weapons, close combat, that's it. I mean, I could, for example, mention here Sword and Shield Wand, but then again, this combination of weapon have Wand, which is a range weapon, right? There are some other combination of weapons. Look, Greatsword with Staff. Okay, Greatsword is a melee weapon, but what about Staff? It's a range weapon. You can see here still left 18 different combination of weapons, but each one of these combination of weapons have at least one range weapon. Okay, I could mention crossbow dagger, because why? Crossbow dagger in generally belongs to S tier, dagger is a melee weapon, crossbow is a medium range weapon. It's not a range weapon, fully range weapon like staff or wand. So maybe, just maybe, I could add crossbow dagger to this list, but like I said, crossbow is actually not really close range weapon. You will be close, you'll be standing close in the medium range, still not that close as for greatsword, dagger and sword and shield. In this game, currently we have 7 different weapons. Out of these 7 weapons, only 3 weapons are really close range weapons: sword and shield, dagger and greatsword. So actually this tier list is looking like this. Regarding melee weapons, regarding range weapons, you will see that video on my YouTube channel very soon, probably already tomorrow. You will see full tier list of best range weapons of this game. Check that video on my YouTube channel, and also I can prepare tier lists for best PvP weapons, best PvE weapons, best healing weapons, tank weapons and best DPS weapons. Check those tier lists very soon on my YouTube channel. You will see them here right before global release. Regarding melee weapons, close combat, well, basically that's it. We have here 3 really amazing combinations, and whichever combination you pick, obviously here on sword and shield dagger and sword and shield greatsword, you will be tank. On greatsword dagger, you will be DPS. Nevertheless, whichever combination you pick out of these 3 combinations, you'll be satisfied. They feel really, really strong in gameplay, PvP wise and PvE wise. And you can see here lower right, I could pick some other combination of weapons, for example, I don't know, greatsword, longbow. Still, it's longbow here, right? Even if you use most of the skills from greatsword, which is a melee weapon, longbow is a range weapon, right? So sword and shield crossbow, okay, this combination of weapon would be also close combat, because sword and shield is a melee weapon, crossbow is a medium range weapon. It's not like staff or longbow. Nevertheless, it still doesn't feel like proper, right, real close combat combination weapons. Sword and shield crossbow would be somewhere here between B or A tier. So that's it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're fully acquainted. You know tier list, you know what are the best melee combinations in this game. If you are interested into Throne and Liberty, check my YouTube channel. I have already created lots of guides, and I'm preparing lots of new guides for new players for global release of Throne and Liberty. I'm playing Throne and Liberty on servers in Korea since December 7, 2023. I didn't miss even one day. I'm also live streaming on Twitch every evening about 6 p.m. Central European Time. Visit me on Twitch every evening about 6 p.m. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of Throne and Liberty. Over there on servers in Korea, I will continue to play to some point. Of course, I will play in global version of the game when we get a global release. Check my live streams also to be updated right now while we are waiting for global release of Throne and Liberty, to be updated regarding everything what is happening on servers in Korea, regarding classes, regarding meta builds, regarding new in-game features, because whatever we can see over there in Korean version of the game, one day in the future we'll get in global version of the game. You can see here on my YouTube channel different kind of guides regarding weapons, PvP wise, PvE wise, crafting, life skills, everything what you need to know regarding Throne and Liberty you'll find here on my YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another Throne and Liberty video.